Hello, good morning. Please settle down. We are starting in a minute.
Hello.
You can open his mic also, that mic. Nidhi wala mic. Open karo wala bhi. So, good morning. Please settle down. We are starting.
Hello.
No, you are
Hello.
Yes, Susan. We can start. Good morning.
Good morning. Namaste. Good morning. Thank you for gathering today. I am Yasue from Escorts Kubota Limited.
Hi, Ohayo gozaimasu. Myself Pratik Singhal from Escorts Kubota Limited Investor Relations Team. We welcome you all to Escorts Kubota Investor and Analyst Meet 2022. Before I will start, I would just like to give a brief of the today's session. So we will have first the update from Mr. Bharat Madan on the last 2018 meet, followed by India and the EKL way forward by Mr. Nanda and Mr. Fukuoka-san. And then we have a respective business presentation from the business head. At the end, we will have a presentation from Mr. Madan on the MTBP aspirations. Before I will start, I would like to mention that certain statements in the today's presentation are forward-looking in nature and are subjected to various risks, as you can see on the screen. Just as today there are some of the investors are joining from overseas Japan, so you might not be aware about the company history. So just to give a 2 minutes brief on the company history, Escorts Limited, now Escorts Kubota Limited, founded in 1944, and spreading prosperity and impacting life for more than 76 years. It is founded with a founder desire to bring world best to India and offer India's best to the world. Currently, Escorts Kubota Limited is into 3 business verticals. Agri machinery, that's give 77% of our revenue, and we manufacture tractors under 2 brands, FarmTech and PowerTech. And cumulatively, till date, we have sold more than 2 million tractors so far. Construction equipment business, that give a business around 14% of the revenue, and rest business come from the railway equipment business. So now I will request Yasu-san to give a brief on the Kubota Corporation.
Thank you, Pratik-san. Kubota, I would like to explain about Kubota shortly. Kubota Corporation was established in 1890, and Kubota already we have 130 years histories. And always Kubota committed to the society to solve the issues in terms of food, water, and environment. Now Kubota is operating about 200 companies globally and hiring 43,000 employees in the world. And our sales revenue is generated 2/3 from outside of Japan. This is a key business of Kubota. Our sales revenue is generated 85% is from farm industrial machinery, and the remaining is water and environment. Our revenue is about $20 billion US dollar last calendar year.
Thank you, Yasesan. So before I move forward, I will request that we will have a detailed Q&A session at the end. And I will request all of you to please write your questions, suggestions, and we'll take one by one as we start our Q&A session. Now I will ask Mr. Bharat Madan, President Finance, Group CFO, and Corporate Head to take you through the catch-up from our last meet 2018. Over to you, Mr. Madan.
Thank you, Yasusan and Pratik-san. Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to announce that today is the first anniversary of our deeper and stronger partnership with Kubota, as exactly 1 year ago, on 18th November 2021, we announced So we announced Kubota Corporation's intent to come as a joint promoter in Escorts and to operate in India through a single entity structure, paving way for merger of all three legal entities in India. The announcement was followed with preferential allotment of shares to Kubota in February 2022 and then concluded with a successful open offer in April 2022. The merger process has also since been started, and we expect same shall get completed within next fiscal year after all regulatory approvals are obtained. Now, since then, we have been getting a lot of queries from many analysts and institutional investors on sharing with them the direction that this company is going to take in the coming years. The management involving leadership team from both Escorts and Kubota have been working on developing a roadmap for next 5 years. A broad outline of this map, of this plan, we intend to share today with all of you. Do note that this roadmap is directional only and shows management aspirations and vision for FY28. Now on the screen you can see our management team comprising of members from both India and Japan. Most of them are also present today, and you will also get an opportunity to interact with most of them during the tea break and lunch break sessions. While Pratik-san took you through the 76 years journey of Escorts, I joined this company about 17 years ago, and I have divided the journey broadly into periods from 2004 to 2012, which I called a reform phase, and then from 2013 to 2022, which I called as a perform phase. That is also the time when Mr. Nikhil Nandar took over as the managing director of this company. Now the reform phase started when the company was on the verge of bankruptcy, but successfully came out of it by divesting its non-core businesses and focusing on core business that it felt were possible to grow profitably. Now you can read more about this in the book titled Back from the Brink, a copy of which can be collected from the registration counter just in case you have not yet read it. By benchmarking against industry leaders on cost, profitability, and capital allocation, company was able to grow profitably with healthy cash flows and continued to reduce debt on its books. In perform phase, we displayed a great sense of solidarity, rebuilt our core strength, focused on improving corporate governance, and brought many first innovative products and delivered our best financial performance. The phase also concluded with our strategic collaboration with Kubota Corporation as a joint promoter in the company, and today we are here to unveil our next phase that is set to transform this company. So before I give you an update on where we stand today, vis-a-vis our Vision 2022 document. For the benefit of those who have not seen the earlier presentation, you can see on screen the vision that we set for ourselves for 2022. We aspired for 2.5 times growth in revenue, of which 10% of the profit of the revenue was supposed to come from export. The EBITDA margin were projected at 13 to 14%, and the return on capital employed in the range of 25 to 30%. Now I would like to brief you on certain hits and misses in our journey since 2018, which presented us with a mixed bag of challenges and opportunities during COVID times. On the dual brand distribution, we were able to separate our channels for PowerTrack and FarmTrack brands in the stronger markets and also expand our brand coverage, and our number of dealers increased from 800 numbers in 2018 to 1100 plus now, which is currently. Our South and West focus yielded good results, and compact tractor introduction met with good success, leading to gain in market share in those markets. Our overall domestic tractor market share did grow initially to 11.9%, but during COVID and post-COVID period came down due to supply-related and many geographical growth disparity issues, leading to our missing out on the market share aspiration. In emerging business, while we have been growing in engine application business and after-sale revenue, we were not able to achieve our aspiration for ship business, which is the implement business. Our construction equipment business also was growing well pre-COVID, but during COVID and post-COVID, due to adverse geopolitical situation, rising inflation and new emission norms, which got set in from 1st of April last year, impacted the demand scenario, and we again missed our aspiration for growth. The railway business did face some setbacks during and post-COVID period, with passenger trains not running, and fresh tenders also got delayed, but it is now recovered fully and is on its growth path. We continued our focus on improving corporate governance in the company, and we were rated by one of the India's leading proxy advisory firms on corporate governance practices, and our rating was improved from good to leadership category, which is the highest category of evaluation in Indian corporate governance. So now coming to the financial achievements against the plan what we set for ourselves in 2018 when we met last. At company level, we were able to achieve revenue growth of 1.7 times as against aspiration of 2.5 times, mainly due to COVID-related disruptions in last 2 years. Export contribution to total revenue went up by 68% from 4.4% in FY17 to 7.4% in FY22, but lower than 10% aspiration. EBITDA touched a peak of 16.3% level in FY21 against aspired level of 13 to 14%. And last year also we were in that range. Return on capital employed touched 26.1% in FY21 against 25 to 30% range, which was our aspiration. In FY21 and 22, we also saw capital infusion from Kubota Corporation that increased the total capital employed by more than 2,900 crores. So the numbers which you see on the screen are after including that capital employed. Now we are pleased to share with you that our company has seen 8 consistent rating upgrades in the last decade, and it's now pegged at AA+, just a notch below the highest rating, which is AAA. Our market cap, meanwhile, has grown 32x in last decade, and the company appeared among the 10 fastest wealth creators during the period 2016 to 21 in Motilal Oswal Wealth Creation Study. We thank you all for your trust in us, and as I conclude, I would also like to thank our current board of directors, which now includes some of the prominent names from the industry who have guided us and played instrumental role in the formation of this midterm business plan. Now I would like Nikhil Nanda-san, Chairman and Managing Director, and Fukuoka-san, Deputy Managing Director, to take you all through our opportunity that India presents and equal play going forward. Thank you very much.
Who's controlling the? It seems that when Bharat was speaking, it was going a little. So good morning to all of you. Namaste, konnichiwa. Today is a very important day at Escorts Kubota, and I want to thank all our shareholders, analysts who have taken the time to come here physically from across the country. And I also want to welcome all our analysts and shareholders who are digitally part of this conversation across the globe. It is an important conversation and thought process that we will share with you about our future. But before that, I'd like to also introduce you Mr. Fukuoka. Fukuoka-san actually is our Deputy Managing Director at Escorts Kubota, and also was one of the many members who actually participated in the entire partnership discussion which started between Escorts and Kubota. And I'm delighted that he is now come on our company as a Deputy MD. So Fukuoka-san, maybe you'd like to share a few thoughts from you.
Thank you, Nanda-san, for the introduction. I am extremely excited to meet and welcome all of you to our interaction today. Collaboration of Escorts and Kubota EKL is the beginning of a promising journey ahead and is ready to tap on global opportunities. As it is my first experience of meeting with you all, I am looking forward to our discussion during the day. Over to you, Nanda-san.
Legal issues here. So you want to take the computer out or it stays here? We live in a very different world today. The COVID experience has changed and created many new learnings on how best to manage our businesses. Such events are also a great opportunity of reinventing oneself from. I strongly believe that there are certain storms that come to pave a new path forward in life. With COVID, we all have accelerated towards digitization, bringing in agility, relooking at our costs and business model to deliver great customer experience. We at Escorts Kubota are paving a new path forward, respecting our rich history of Escorts, as Prateek-san mentioned, of 76 years, and Kubota's of 130 years, which Yasu-san walked us through. Today's presentation is more than just talking about numbers, or about wealth creation, or talking about growth aspiration, which of course, as leadership team members and our responsibility to our board of directors and to our shareholders, which we will definitely talk about. But we are also today, more importantly, talking about the essence and the strategic reasoning of this partnership, of this marriage, which we believe is extremely unique. Coming together of Japan and India, it's an opportunity of respecting our two cultures and giving shape to an organization which embeds the strength of both Escorts and Kubota. Strength of Escorts, we believe, speed, agility, frugality. Kubota's in terms of superior technology, processes, and quality. These strengths will jointly be embedded at Escorts Kubota and allow us to discover ways of newer opportunities through the competencies which are coming together to form Escorts Kubota, which again is very, very unique. This is also a birth of truly an India-Japanese partnership to give a new experience in the farming and industrial space. This is an opportunity for us to offer an exceptional experience to our society, customers, and an exciting path for both our stakeholders and shareholders. Talking about the opportunity, let me start by giving you some exciting analysis and predictions as reported by Morgan Stanley about India's journey in the next decade. First, the Indian population will touch 1.5 billion by 2030, which means growing demand for food. It also predicts 10% average diet calories increase. Second, that India is estimated to have a surplus of 245 million skilled labor, which indicates the world will invest in India and become a hub for the world markets. The infrastructure requirements to bring the Indian economy, as we all are hearing and talking and hearing our Prime Minister also talk about, that India is on its way of becoming the third largest economy in the world, which means focus on infrastructure, which means great prosperity and opportunity of growth for our infrastructure vertical as well, namely railways and construction business. Kubota has its own aspirations of becoming a global major brand. And we have kept both the potential of what India has to offer with the aspiration of Kubota being a global major brand, along with the aspiration of Escorts Kubota Limited in India, taking a challenger position in terms of growth in our three chosen businesses. And you will see from my colleagues the reflection of what is it that we have prepared in our medium-term business plan till FY28. We will talk to you about how we will create competencies and abilities in our company, such as creating Global Research and Development Center, creating a special vertical, not vertical, a center of global sourcing hub to support Kubota needs globally. Talk about tractors which can be exported for the brands that we already export, and also to see of the support we can give to Kubota in their global markets, and other localization potential for other products which we will keep looking for as opportunities. Before I talk about the opportunities of growth in our medium-term business plan, let me very briefly touch upon our values, mission, and vision. These are some of our core beliefs, and thus it's important we start with this, as this will be our foundations. At Escorts Kubota, we have three mission statements. First, sustainability. Second, contribution. Third, solution. On the first one, sustainability means we will work towards sustainable growth. Second, contribution means contributing towards the living environment where people, especially farmers, women, and socially vulnerable people can live comfortably. And the third, work towards farm mechanization and providing total solution in the farming space. Moving on to our vision, we have worded it very simply. And the reason why we have kept it simple, so it can be understood by all the people who participate in our ecosystem. Someone has pressed a button, Pratik, so there's a video that's already playing, so you may want to check that. Yeah, thank you. And the reason why we have, okay. So the vision statements have been kept simple so it can be relatable and can be understood. So the first, to become a company that is truly loved and sought after by society and employees. Second, provide solution to society for a sustainable world. And third, become a hub for the world from India by utilizing the capability and potential of our wonderful country. I'm also delighted to play a video of Kitao-san. He is the president of Kubota Corporation and has played an immensely important role in the formation of the partnership of Escorts Kubota. And I think it's a great opportunity for you to hear the importance of what Kubota holds of EKL in India. So please, if you can hear Kitao-san directly.
Thank you everyone for making time today. The success of Escorts Kubota Limited is very important for Kubota's corporate mission. Since its foundation as a casting maker, Kubota has been taking care of social issues in food, water, and the environment sectors. Kubota's ideal role is to become an essential innovator for supporting life, committed to a prosperous society and cycle of nature. I promise the collaboration in development of value-creating new technologies with Escorts Kubota Limited. And also, we aim at providing a total solution to the society through the collaboration and our superior products and technologies for India and world society. We will be ambitious to make Escorts Kubota Limited to be a company needed by the society.
So as you've heard from Kitao-san, what brought Escorts and Kubota is the commonality of our joint aspiration of what we want to do and what we believe from the core. And I think that is something that we will carry it forward. Before I talk to you about the glimpse of medium-term business plan, I'd like you to see a video of Escorts Kubota Limited. I think the success of this partnership is going to be about the culture, is going to be about the processes, and as I mentioned, it's about marrying the competence and strength of both Escorts and Kubota. We will bring the best of Japan, we will bring the best of India. Escorts Kubota will be an Indo-Japanese company. We'll bring in the core competence of what will create the uniqueness. So Fukuoka-san and myself are very mindful of the culture that we will create, where the participation will be jointly done between Japan and India. A short reflection of what I'm speaking through a video. So Pratik, over to you.
We get to live once, but what we do lives forever. For more than 75 years, we have been partnering national growth in farming prosperity. Modern construction technology and safe rail mobility. Our purpose of bringing world's best to India and taking India's best to the world. Strengthened our existence with global technology partnerships. Yesterday's journey of Escorts stands evolved today. As we join hands with a global leader from the land of the rising sun. We are now Escorts Kubota Limited. Two legacies of over 100 years of technology excellence have come together to become one of the largest manufacturing hubs for global need in farm mechanization, urban construction, and smart infrastructure. Inspired by the common drive for food security, we stand committed to spread prosperity and impact lives of millions in India and across the globe. With farm mechanization that is pioneering, practical, and accessible across a wide network across more than 120 countries. Kubota's technology excellence and Escorts' frugal engineering will transform global agriculture with smart and productive farm solutions and spread farming prosperity.
Aligned to the purpose of spreading prosperity and impacting lives, I'm proud that Escorts has taken the leap into the future and institutionalized Escorts Kubota Limited. The collaboration stands committed to providing advanced farm mechanization solutions to address global food security and enhance farm productivity needs. Together, we will leverage each other's strength, be it in technology, market access, both in India and globally. Manufacturing processes and engineering excellence to significantly enhance the value created for our stakeholders.
The combined entity and the larger collaboration will provide advanced farm mechanization solutions to address global food security and enhance farm productivity. We are extremely proud and excited to unite for the future as a one company, which will contribute to farming prosperity, smart and sustainable infrastructure in food, water, and environment care.
Welcome to a world of possibilities. Welcome to the future.
Welcome.
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 Welcome to the future.
Welcome to the future. We are
Escorts Kubota Limited.
We are Escorts Kubota Limited.
I am committed to.
I am committed to.
I am committed to.
I am committed to. I am committed to.
I am committed to.
We are committed to.
Thank you for watching this brief clip. Before I start, may I just ask all my colleagues at Escorts Kubota Limited to stand, and also from EKI and KAI, just for you to see our very fine leadership team who are going to build the future of this company. Please. I'm not sure whether the cameras, okay, so there's some digital viewers as well, so if the cameraman can also please, okay, thank you. So these are our fine team that's going to be building and executing the future that we just talked about. Now, a very brief overview of our medium-term business plan. The detailed explanation will be made by Fukuoka-san. For your information, this plan dovetails all three entities, namely Escorts Kubota Limited, EKI, and KAI. And as Bharat mentioned, the merger process is underway, and basis the regulatory and the timeline that have been already been released, we will keep you updated, but the plan dovetails all the three entities. In our midterm business plan, we aspire our revenue to grow 2.5 times, 2.5 times. This growth will come from both the Indian and the global markets. We will invest in creating a global research and development center and create abilities to design and produce products for the three brands of tractors, namely Kubota, FarmTrack, and PowerTrack. We will also create a shared service center within R&D to support Kubota's global needs, such as digital transformation, R&D design support, and engineering support, and other innovative project partnerships. We will leverage our channel strength both in the domestic and in the global markets to reach our volume aspiration for our markets. All our manufacturing facilities will go through KPS, which stands for Kubota Production System, to bring it to Kubota's manufacturing standards. Fukuoka-san and Tripathi-san later will walk you through the KPS. We will focus on profitable growth, work towards reaching our EBITDA targets as per today's presentation, which Bharat-san will walk you through towards the tail end of our session today. Surely enough, the entire leadership team and the board is very mindful on return on investment, and we will ensure and pay special attention on creating shareholder wealth. Before I hand over to Fukuoka-san, I want to convey that we all at Escorts Kubota Limited are extremely excited about the start of a new chapter, not only for our company, but we believe a new chapter for the Indian consumers to experience something different. And as you see in the video that we played, I'd like to welcome all of you, ladies and gentlemen, to the future. Welcome to the future. Now I ask and request Fukuoka-san to walk you through the remaining part of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Nanda-san. I will take over from here. I'm going to explain only 2 slides. However, these are very important. To achieve our vision, we have 5 major concepts. 1, expansion of existing businesses. 2, R&D and innovation. 3, manufacturing and sourcing. 4, quality assurance. And 5, corporate culture. While my colleagues from businesses and functions will take you to details, let me give you a brief summary. Let me first start with expansion of existing businesses. We will significantly enhance the product variety and launch joint developed products for all the brands Farm Truck, Power Truck, and Kubota. For the sales channel, we will be introducing Kubota's customer-oriented sales policies and practices in India and global markets. Based on dealer and customer feedback, we will improve product, supply chain, service, and further strengthen our sales network in terms of both quantity and quality. In addition, we will enhance our retail finance and training systems. For exports, we will work closely with Kubota Group companies to supply made-in-India products to the world with good price and quality. Next, R&D and innovation. Along with joint development with EKL and Kubota, we shall also expand the scope of R&D by opening shared service for Kubota as well. Furthermore, we will promote open innovation through Rajananda Innovation Laboratory to speed up collaboration with startups and academia, similar to what Kubota is doing in Japan, US, and Europe. We would like to make ourselves best to make India's excellent technology into products and deliver to the global market. In manufacturing and sourcing, we will revamp the layout, including greenfield, along with capacity and business expansion. Also, through adapting Kubota Production System, KPS, and digital transformation, we will realize more efficient and stable quality. Furthermore, in the field of quality assurance, we will establish a company-level quality assurance system and its standard workflow. This will enable us to visualize the best quality and cost. We will enhance product competitiveness by quality improvement and cost optimization. Last, corporate culture. To achieve this, we aim to create a common corporate culture with Kubota based on its slogan of "On Your Side." In a single word, "On Your Side" means altruism. This word asks us to respect our colleagues from top to bottom, along with the business partners such as dealers and suppliers, and achieve goals as a team with all the stakeholders. From now on, under "On Your Side," we will pursue the maximum output with everybody's participation. To become the total solution provider to solve the issues of society and creating a sustainable world, our aspiration will need significant enablers. We will have to be a comprehensive farm solution provider, including tractors and smart farm implements. In addition to tractors, we will expand the product offerings such as combine harvesters, rice transplanters, and other implements from Kubota to expand our business significantly. Innovation and digital transformation across product and processes will create solutions for enhanced customer experience and delight. By using Kubota Group companies and wide export distribution network to supply made-in-India products to the world with good price and quality, we will aim leadership in India-led tractor exports. Complete farm solutions, smart construction equipment portfolio, and products for rail transportation, safety, and comfort, aligned to ESG and sustainable growth will enable us to aim to be #1 brand, contributing to nation building and urbanization. Through strategic capital allocation in leveraging domestic and global opportunities and integrating our technology and value engineering strengths to deliver products to global customers, we aim to be strategic hub for the world. Culture transformation initiatives aligned to global best practices and On Your Side spirit will help us in enhancing value creation across stakeholders and also will help us in becoming the sought-after brand.
So I would like to invite Ashutosh Tripathi, Chief Operating Manufacturing, Agri and Construction, to take us on the manufacturing excellence along with Fukuoka-san.
EKL will adopt Kubota Production System, KPS, for benchmarking manufacturing excellence and smart facility initiatives across the value chain. KPS will help EKL in deployment of total quality manufacturing principles to reduce waste and create lean and efficient processes for optimized quality production. Right from supplier identification and development to dealer delivery, KPS will help in improving efficiency and productivity at every stage. It will help us to contribute as a responsible brand with sustainable manufacturing processes to reduce the waste and minimize the environmental impacts. EKL aims to secure #1 quality player position across industry parameters and enhance our customer experience. All these initiatives will enable EKL to achieve sustainable growth and achieve the global vision that we have set for ourselves. Thanks. I welcome Ashutosh-san for his presentation.
Thank you very much, Fukuoka-san, for the update on the KPS. Good morning, everyone. I will give some information on the manufacturing footprint, strategic sourcing, and environment and what all we are doing in CSR. So on manufacturing footprint, we can see here, like at present, we have 5 manufacturing plants, and we can produce close to 1.7 lakhs tractors and engines, including these cranes, construction equipment per annum right now. Our aspiration for 2028 is to cross 3 lakhs tractors per annum. To cater this volume, we are planning a 6th plant, which already had been shared by the chairman and deputy managing director. 6th plant will be the greenfield plant in future, but I'm very happy to share with all of you like state-of-art engine manufacturing plant and the facility we are planning immediately, and by 2024 this setup will be ready. As we know that 1st April 2024 is a deadline for new emission norms. We are working on the readiness of BS5 engine and tractor manufacturing facilities across all the organization. All our facilities will be ready before the deadline. To leverage the strength of KBT sales and distribution network, we are also aspiring to become global hub for manufacturing, for affordable manufacturing. On global sourcing side, this one more discussed slide in the market today. Just I want to update what all we are doing on the global sourcing. Already a lot of discussion happened after the joint venture between Kubota and Escorts. We can see the value here. Kubota worldwide buying value of the component is about $8.7 billion and US dollar, and it is growing year-on-year basis. As of now, major sourcing of the components is mainly from China and Thailand. But because of cost competitiveness and strong supplier network of Escorts Kubota Limited, India is going to become the sourcing hotspot for KBT businesses, mainly for Japan, USA, and Asian countries. This will also help in securing the future volume of the KBT businesses worldwide. Although certain parts we are already sourcing, KBT is sourcing from the India, but buying value is very less. But if you see the total buying value, and even if 5% of this shift comes to the India, then it will be more than $500 million US dollar potential for India. We have captured this part of potential also in our aspiration to 2028. On environment front, we as an organization aiming towards carbon neutral by 2050 in line with KBT vision. For that, we are promoting resource recycling, targeting zero landfill waste by 2026. We are also aiming towards water positive organization by 2030, 3 times improvement in renewable energy share, and massive drive we are starting for the tree plantation to multiply the green area coverage. Under corporate social responsibilities, we are driving many initiatives under this, like upliftment of safety and health in local communities for underprivileged people, boost income generating streams in rural areas through skill development programs, especially for youth in tractor operation and maintenance. For sustainable agricultural practices, on-the-job training and awareness program are already going on in one of our facility, ETDC Bangalore. And I'm happy to share that we are opening a new model farm in Kurukshetra on about 12-acre land. So there will be 2 model farms for the EKL in India to give the training and awareness program to the farmers and the young generation. For women empowerment in agriculture, we are planning many skill development programs like seed preparation and new farming technologies. Connect with Gram Panchayat heads for health and hygiene of women in rural areas. Last but not the least, we are exploring 100 to approximately 200-acre land in and around Faridabad to develop the biodiversity park. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tripathi-san. Now I will request Kitnabo-san, Chief Officer Agribusiness, and Mr. Neeraj Mehra, Business Head Power Track Agribusiness, to take you through on the way forward on the agribusiness. Over to you.
Okay? Hi, namaste. Ohayo gozaimasu. Good morning to all. I am Kitanobo, Chief Officer Agribusiness.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Neeraj Mehra. I am the business head for the agribusiness.
Okay. We are going to present the agricultural machinery business in MTBP from now. Next, please. First, let's share mega trend of agri sector, both worldwide and pan-India. Please look at the food demand. As you might know, the population is predicted to increase up to 8.5 billion people globally, and to reach 1.4 to 1.5 billion in India. Since the farming is an essential factor for human being, food demand also increased by 35% worldwide and reach 345 million tons in India by 2030. This is why, look at agriculture GDP. GDP in India is also predicted to increasingly by around 40% from 2020 to 2030 due to urbanization and industrialization. 2 boxes on left side are good opportunity for the agricultural machinery business. On the other hand, the agricultural business has social issues regarding the workforce shortage, the limited land area for the food cultivation. Similarly, please look at the agri-productivity. India has additional issue regarding lesser food productivity compared with USA and China. Although the food demand will be double. As an agricultural machinery manufacturer, EKL should contribute to society to improve food productivity through providing more sufficient products. Please move on to the next. This is Indian domestic tractor industry, volume-wise. As you can see on the chart, the tractor industry has been growing constantly over the past 17 years, around 6 to 8%. Main reason of this growth are increasing farm mechanization ratio according to government policy, rising labor costs, seasonal labor shortage, and shorter tractor replacement cycle because of second-hand tractor market growth and the customers' demand for upgrading. Next, please. From this background of agri-machinery business environment, what does EKL want to become in order to contribute to Indian society? We aim for becoming comprehensive solution provider. In order to realize that, what aspiration does EKL have? Please look at the left side. First, we aim for obtaining a challenger position in domestic tractor industry in the next 5 years. Number two, to be number one position of combine harvester and rice transplanter. Third one, in the implement business, to obtain among top 3 rank in the revenue base. From the next slide, I and Mr. Neeraj present our enablers one by one. Next, please. The first enabler is brand and product environment. Enhancement, as you can see. Escorts Kubota Limited is going to have 3 main tractor brands: Power Truck, Farm Truck, and Kubota. And all customer demand, as you can see on the slide, customer positioning, entry level, mass segment, entry level premium, and premium segment are covered by 3 brands. In the midterm business plan, we plan to enhance 1.5 to 3 times of the product line enhancement. Here, I would like to pass the microphone to Mr. Neeraj, please.
Thank you, Kitanabu-san. So I'll begin with the channel expansion plan. So one of the key enablers of growth going forward would be channel expansion. Currently, EKL operates on a dual brand distribution, with the Power Track and Farm Track brands having about 1100 plus dealers. KAI sells the Kubota brand through a separate distribution network and currently has 300 plus dealers. Going forward, the channel expansion would increase reach pan-India with increase in combined dealer count by about 50%. The dealers would have also an opportunity to become multi-brand dealers. Apart from the channel expansion, the growth would come in by enhancing dealer productivity through building dealer capabilities. Currently, the 3 brands, Power Track, Farm Track, and Kubota, have strong presence in certain specific geographies. You can see the map on the left-hand side, the color coding that has been done. So Farm Track is basically strong in north and northwestern part of the country. Power Track has good presence in north, east, and some parts of central India. And Kubota is strong in the west and southern markets, primarily the rice belts. Over the next few years, focus would be to increase the footprint of each brand in the geographies they are currently not strong in. This would be done by leveraging the strengths of each brand in different markets. Kubota has expertise in wetland application, and PowerTrack and FarmTrack have strengths in the dryland and haulage applications. The winning markets will be created by bringing in synergies between these brands through right product positioning, channel expansion, and building on channel capability. Retail finance is one of the most important levers of growth for the tractor industry. Currently, a majority of the tractors sold in India are financed through the banks or NBFCs. EKL partners with most of the leading banks and NBFCs, including the key regional players. We will continue to add new partners, both at national and regional level. In future, we do aspire to have a captive finance arm, as that is a substantial advantage for market share growth. One of the key levers for growth would be digital transformation. Over the last few years, digitization focus has increased manifold, and the rural market has led this change. Nowadays, decision makers are much younger and tech savvy. At EKL, we are working on a few digital business models to drive operational efficiency and deliver experience. Digitrack is an online platform to deliver made-to-order tractors directly at the customer's doorstep from the company. This model includes the pre-sale and the post-sale actions as well. Currently, this model is in place in the states of Punjab and Uttarakhand. Contactless sales model is all about increasing digital marketing funnel through various digital initiatives like WhatsApp bot, individual dealer microsites, dealer GBM accounts, new DSC, and mechanic apps. eCare initiative started a few years back was all about providing the eCare button on the tractor, which gave 24/7 assistance to the customers as well as issue resolution. With eCare Plus, we move few notches higher. eCare Plus will be all about providing service reminders, geofencing, reminders for operators and owners, primarily the alerts, and also audio plugins. Over to you, Kitonabu-san.
Okay, thank you, Niraj-san. From now, I'll present Farm Solution as the last enablers. Please, next. This is related to our second aspiration regarding being #1 provider of combine harvester and rice transplanter. Look at the map on the right side. The orange color area shows the introduced area of both combine harvester and rice transplanter. As a making synergy, EKL will try to penetrate combine harvester and rice transplanter to the highlighted on blue area, where Escorts Kubota has strong channel partners. Moreover, regarding harvester business, Kubota has introduced only 2 crawler combine harvester industry. However, major demand of combine harvester industry comes from wheel type and tractor on top type. So, in order to realize our aspiration, EKL will enter wheel harvester segment near the future and would like to take #1 position in the all harvester segment. Please, next. This is related to our third aspiration, obtaining among top 3 rank in the implement business of the revenue basis, as I presented earlier. Look at the product range and technology on the top upper side. This is the current product lineup of EKL. As a comprehensive solution provider, EKL releases these products to each channel partners not only Escorts, but also Kubota, in order to ease and streamline the farming for Indian farmers. Moreover, Kubota Corporation has some major brands in its subsidiaries in the world. EKL also has opportunity to introduce these brands in India. That's all for presentation related to agri-machinery business. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kidnapo-san and Neeraj-san. Now I will request Rajiv Vai-san, Chief Executive International Business, to take us all on the export market.
Good morning, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. As my previous colleagues have already mentioned, agriculture sector has shown a lot of resilience in the last couple of years, and that has gone in, made the Indian tractor industry also very buoyant towards looking up to the global markets, and it has shown in the trend that we have consistently, as an industry, been able to grow and meet the demand for food security that's coming up globally. Some of the major sectors, enablers which has helped us, the government supports in various countries towards agriculture, shrinking agricultural land due to urbanization, growth in population, as was earlier mentioned, which is also impacting the food security. The neighboring countries from India have very similar conditions, SAARC particularly, where the climate and the food pattern is similar. Short tractor replacement cycle. And because of all these factors, the industry is expected to continue its growth at a CAGR of about 6%. And also, Indian industry also moving towards meeting more and more of developing country demand, where higher emission standards are being met by more and more companies. At EKL, we aspire to be have a leadership position in the India-led tractor export, and also be a strategic hub for global sourcing, as has been mentioned before. The key enablers towards these aspirations would be to have a multi-strategy, where we'll have utilizing our 3 brands in the global markets, FarmTrack, PowerTrack, and Kubota. The channel expansion also, while we strengthen the FarmTrack and PowerTrack, we'll also be looking at Escorts Kubota to leverage the global sales presence of Kubota channel, particularly in the key markets outside of India, where the tractor population is very high, USA, EU, which is Europe, Thailand, Brazil, etc. So these markets, Kubota already has established sales companies, and we can utilize our frugal engineering and quality product base to serve these markets. To serve these markets, also we are enhancing our product development plan, both in terms of range and emission norms. And part supply to global network, as was earlier mentioned, also will be a very key lever towards in this direction. As I mentioned, the North America, Europe, Brazil, where Kubota sales companies are already present. In North America alone, they have more than 1,200 dealer network. In Europe, more than 300 dealer network. So we are going to leverage this channel of Kubota in these markets by supplying products from EKL. And also markets in Africa and South America, we will have a multi-brand strategy, both with FarmTrack, PowerTrack, and EK, wherever possible, so that we have incremental sale opportunities in these markets. On the product side, as I mentioned, we are focusing on 4 key segments: compact, utility, narrow, and electric. Right from 20 horsepower to 110 horsepower, we have product range, but we are upgrading the emission norm to meet the developed market norms. So from X to 2X, a very wide range of product is under development for these markets as well, so that we can serve and meet the aspirations in these markets. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aisan. Now I will request Mr. Sanjeev Bajaj, Chief Executive Construction Equipment Business, to take us all on the construction equipment way forward.
Thank you, Pratik San. So my name is Sanjeev Bajaj. I'll take you through our business plan on construction equipment. So let me start with a little bit of overview of the industry. As we know, we have seen some tough times for the business in the recent years. And we've seen how fast India has been able to bounce back and much faster than many of the economies compared to India. And within that, we also see on construction equipment also, we've seen there have been some turbulent times in the recent years, be it lockdowns or supply chain issues or inflation, and also coupled with emission norm changes. So all these things have happened, but we strongly believe that even construction equipment is also an opportunity and a growth area. Currently, construction equipment in India is at number 3 in the world as per ICEMA report, and it is anticipated to be number 2 in the world by 2030 as per ICEMA 2030 vision report. So which is again confirming the fact that this is an area of opportunity and growth in the future. Now, why we are optimistic on this? One of the reason is the focus of India government in terms of infrastructure development and the kind of capital outlay government has lined up through NIP and the platforms to support it in terms of Gati Shakti, and also various PLI schemes to speed up the execution is a clear evidence of the government's focus, and we believe that the government is doing enough to bring this industry much more robust growth in the future. Within construction equipment space, we are present into 3 major category of industry, mainly material handling, earth moving, and road making machinery. Now within these 3 categories, we are present into 4 major products, which is backhoe loader, pick and carry cranes, mini excavators, and compactors. All these 4 products put together contribute to 54% of the total industry. So as Fukuoka-san mentioned that in our overall vision to become a solution provider and solve the society's issues and problems, there is one vision which we have taken to become a #1 brand which contributes to nation building and help urbanization. So with that vision in mind, we have taken some aspirations for the future for our midterm business planning, and those aspirations are becoming #1 in pick and carry crane segment and also in mini excavator segment, and also doubling our market share in backhoe loader and compaction segment. Now these are bold statements, and these are also our aspirations in the midterm business plan period, and we believe that we have the levers to achieve them, and some of these levers are related to the range of the products, the innovation, and market segmentation, and our brand and market strategy as per the customer segmentation. And we also are looking at expanding the markets as well as the channel going forward. So as of now, in each of our product category, we have a very wide range of products, variants, and we cater to the lower end of the market, which is entry-level products, mass products, and we also are at the high-end category of the products in each of the segments, which is more featured and which is more productive, and therefore we cater to all type of customer categories, whether it is a pure retail renter customer or a captive user or an institutional corporate customer who demands higher performance and productivity. So we believe that we will continue to focus on giving a complete range of products, and at the same time, we will also continue to evolve and add more variants as the market is dynamic. And we believe that as new markets open up, we will continue to add variants and variety in the products. We go in the market with a dual brand strategy. We understand that every customer does not have the same level of expectation from products, performance, pricing, features, and therefore we understand that a retail customer would have very different level of expectations, and a corporate customer or a fleet owner would have a very different level of expectation from the product and features. And therefore we have two brands in the market, Yellow Line brand, which is more value, mass market product, and White Line brand, which is more featured product and more futuristic product, and which caters to the premium segment of the industry. And with this, we are able to successfully cater to both ends of the market, and we are also able to create a brand image which again resonates with total solution provider. As we expand the product portfolio, we are also looking at technologies. We are adding innovation in our products, and that will be our endeavor to continue doing that in future. For example, telematics, anti-toppling devices, remote monitoring, or load sensing sensors. So all these technologies which we are adding on our products are making them more safer and also more productive and efficient. And as we go into other markets like global markets, we are expanding, and we understand that there are newer technologies which have to be brought in to create solutions for the customers which can help them in their day-to-day job. We today have a range of engines. We produce machines with BS3 engines for some countries, and in India we use BS4 engines, and we are also working on BS5 technology as the country will move to BS5 norms in a year or so. Our products today can work in various temperature ranges, and therefore within India and even globally, our products are suitable to operate in minus temperatures as well as very high temperatures. And we will also continue to work on alternate fuels, and we already have demonstrated technology of hybrid on cranes, and we also have the capability of doing electric, but we will wait and see how industry moves, and we'll continue to work on alternate fuels also. On mini excavator, I would want to stress that this is a product which is globally very, very successful product from the Kubota range, and we want to create same level of success in India. Kubota has started operations and has been very, very strong in South, and the current channel in Kubota is also very strong in South, whereas EKL has a strong channel and presence in North, West, and Eastern part of the country, and therefore we want to synergize this and make it a bigger strength. And as we understand that the markets are moving and getting developed into Western part, Eastern part, and also North, so we want to be ready. And with this synergy and synergy with our backhoe loader dealers, it will further help because the client category is similar, applications are similar, and therefore this brings a lot of opportunity for us jointly together. Talking further about dealers, so currently I would proudly say that we have one of the strongest and most loyal channel partners with us in the industry, and we want to make this as a further bigger strength. And going forward for our midterm business plan period, we not only will double the strength, increase the density, but we are also working on a very, very sharp channel excellence program through which we will ensure that we are able to provide good customer experience and good brand positioning through our channel partners. In the end, similar expansion of new markets and new channel partners in various global markets. Today we operate in 20+ countries, globally, and we want to take it to 35 countries, which we have planned for the midterm business plan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sanjeev San. Moving forward, now I will request Rajan Chuk San, Business Head Emerging Business, to take us on the engine application business.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you all. Thank you, Pratik. So I'm Rajan Chok. I head emerging businesses at Escorts Kubota Limited, and I'll take this opportunity to share with you medium-term business plan for engine application business as well as for spare parts business at Escorts Kubota Limited. So let me begin with the engine application business. A quick outlook on industry in recent past and what's the outlook over next 5 to 7 years. Last 3 years have been very good for power backup and construction machinery where the engine application is finding space. So power backup about 19%, power backup about 19% growth over last 3 years, and that's fine. Thank you. And construction machinery about 6% growth, and we see that industry will double over next 5 years, primarily on back of 3 areas. One, we feel that real estate market will continue to grow, which is a key driver for power backup, as well as push on infrastructure projects, as Sanjeev San mentioned before, and that will bring huge demand for construction machinery. And these are two segments where both Escorts engines and Kubota engines find applications for. As some of you may know, Kubota globally sells over 1 million engines and one of the strongest brands, by far the leader in small and medium engine range, as is Escorts in India. With newer emissions getting introduced next year, FY24, that will also help improve the realization of engine applications, and further fuel the growth for the business. What's the outlook for us? What's the plan we are setting for ourselves? So we have set a audacious goal of 9x growth over next 5 years. In engine application business, we will continue to introduce low emission, fuel efficient, durable engines to the market. Also, as shared by my colleague earlier, introduce hybrid engines and alternative fuels, including CNG engines. With Japanese and Indian technology coming together, we will expand our product portfolio in 5 HP to 125 HP range. Also introduce CP/CB4 compliant gensets and BS5 engines for overseas market. That's a big lever. Currently, we at Escorts have been distributing and selling our engines only in domestic market, and now with the access to global markets through Kubota channel, we see a huge opportunity there, which we will leverage now. Also, like Ashutosh San mentioned before, we are hugely expanding our manufacturing capacity from current 1.7 to almost 3 lakh engines. So that should give us, supply chain smoothing there. So that's primarily about the engine application business for us. Coming to spare parts business at EKL. So the vision we have set is beyond customer expectation in service responsiveness and cost competitiveness. What it means is offering high quality parts, optimizing cost through efficient demand planning, operations and supply chain. and ensuring the parts availability for our core businesses, which is agri machinery, construction machinery, engine business, as well as our export markets. What will it mean for customers? You know, better and best performance for longer product life, reasonable prices, and minimal downtime. In terms of business, we aspire to take our spare parts business from current levels to 2.4x, which will include 3 brands primarily. Currently Kubota and ETOP, which is Escorts Tractor Original Parts. Going forward, we plan to introduce another brand which will cater to our customers globally, develop those spare parts for Kubota customers globally in India, and find customers for this. We are planning to enhance our capacity by setting up a huge global parts center in India, first of its kind, and also setting up various regional distribution centers. Like I mentioned, India is a procurement center for Kubota global customers, optimize on operational cost. We will introduce best practices in terms of catering to our customers when it comes to our operations and service levels, and increase the distribution level, as was mentioned before by Neeraj-san, that we will leverage omni-channel, not just limited to offline channel, but get to our customers through various modes. So, and engage with them as well. So that's about spare part business. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajan-san. Now we'll take a 15 minutes break for tea, and also we have a product display outside. So we'll join at 11:15. Thank you. Settle down, please. We are starting in a minute. Dear ladies and gentlemen, please settle down. We are starting in a minute. So, moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, the most exciting part, global R&D and innovation. Now I will request Ashwani Malik, Chief Officer R&D and Innovation, Agri and Construction Equipment Business, to take us on the way forward on R&D and innovation.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this event today. In my presentation, I would be sharing about global R&D and innovation. There are 4 key areas I will be talking about in the subsequent slides. The first is our current product portfolio. The second is global product development. The third is innovation and new technology. And the fourth is shared service. So first, I would like to take you through a brief glimpse of our current product portfolio. In Escorts Agri Machinery portfolio, we have 3 brands for the domestic market. The first is Kubota, represents technology, versatility, and comfort. FarmTrack stands for power, premium, and the application suitability. PowerTrack representing fuel economy with cost effectiveness and application focused approach. These brands with their comprehensive range of models cater to need of various customers and the application in the domestic market. The next we have the export range consisting for 3 segments. The first, we have the compact segment of small size tractors meant for specific uses in the orchard and the vineyard application. And this product is doing very well from last couple of years. Also in this segment, we have the electric tractor, first from India, which is seeing good demands from the different markets, especially from US and Europe. Second, we have narrow track segment in the higher HP. With narrow track width and lower height, because this is a very, very specialized segment, especially for bigger orchards and the vineyards for the export market. Then we are having the next, we have the utility segment, very popular and for the various applications, the general purpose applications, which is from like a range from 50 HP to 110 HP. And these products, the different products are with the cabin as well as without cabin options. Coming to construction equipment portfolio, so we have 4 major type of equipment: traditional cranes from 10 to 15 ton, new generation cranes from 13 to 30 ton, backhoe loaders from 75 to 100 HP, and soil and tandem compactors from 3 to 11 tons. So all these range and these products which I am sharing, these are the current products which are as of now in the production. So these products provide a very robust portfolio for the construction equipment. Coming to the global product development, the second topic. So here, EKL plan to serve a development base for bringing cost-effective and affordable mechanization for global market. This would be possible with the synergy we plan to create with the KBT R&D, KBT knowledge and expertise in the global product development combined with EKL agility and cost effective will provide a perfect blend of creating the right product for our mid-term business plan. EKL enhances the market in development with crossing the engineering knowledge, know-how, and resources of both EKL and KBT. EKL R&D leads the realization of the customer first in new product planning, in overall new product planning. Also with own your side approach, which has been shared by CMD and DMD in the previous session. Now coming to about the MTBP thrust area, which now which is important for the to achieve this MTBP part. So regarding MTBP plan, as EKL R&D, we are working on key areas which will allow us to bring MTBP to life. Going ahead, we plan to bridge the gap in our product portfolio. There are different segments in the different market by bringing appropriate product for the segments, like just for example, like top compact and a narrow segment for domestic market in power track. Meeting latest emission norms, because one side we are having tractor, another side we are having construction equipment, and third side we are having the engine business. So emission is very, very important. So meeting latest emission norms are something we have been working on continuously, and we are committed to implement the upcoming norms like BT5 for India and Stage 5 for Europe. As I spoken out the synergy with KBT earlier, the KBT technology expertise will help us to create application-specific products like rice special products for the domestic market. Based on the market requirement and the customer feedback, we keep on working on bringing new features and different type of variants in our current product to enhance that portfolio. With all this, we are focusing on finally to provide a global product development and provide a global products by all these levers. To set up a context for the next session, I would like to play for you a video by Kubota, which show how we are envisioning the future and how innovation and technology would play a very important role in coming future.
Safe in the sound, here on the ground, call our own. Stay close when seasons change. Through sunny days and rain. Through sunny days and rain.
very much. So the next is about the industry and the technology mega trend. So here currently there are 4 mega trends that are there in the industry, namely alternate fuels, autonomous, digitalization, and servitization. So we have taken the cognizance on these trends and have been working on same. So coming to about innovation network, so KBT has a large global innovation network spanning over many countries. EKL is proud to become a part of this network, and we plan to become a total solution provider with the innovative center focusing on the advanced technologies. We would go for early acquisition of technology by promoting an open innovation and take those technologies to market in appropriate time. So how we'll do that? So it's a important arm for innovation. So that is Rajananda Innovation Lab. So on innovation arm here in RNIL, focus on upcoming technologies in agri and construction equipment ecosystem. These technologies are to be used in complete farming value chain, from pre to post harvest, and digitally connected farmers to the end consumers. How we'll do that, and then what is our purpose? So help farmers in reducing efforts and input cost to make better decisions to enhance their prosperity. Green earth with carbon neutralization. So some of the examples of, sorry for that. Yeah, so some of the examples of technology that we are working on as of now and in coming future. So one is the alternate fuel technology. Our electric tractor FT25G, we showcase that tractor here in outside in the display, is the first commercially available tractor from India, has been witnessing a strong demand and favorable response from the customers in the different country. With this encouraging response, we are planning to enhancing this portfolio, the electric portfolio, from like fewer HP range to the higher HP range. The another initiative, that is PAX, which means precision, autonomous, connecting, and smart. Autonomous technology is not new in world, we all know. However, it is still under development. Few years back, we have shown a concept tractor. We are developing a skill in-house connected tractors with telemetrics and informative user display are few features. Currently, we are working on it, and this whole development, design and development, we are doing by now with our own engineers in-house. Next is shared service. So this is again a new initiative, which shared in the beginning presentation. So here another aspect of Kubota EKL synergy is the shared services, which I would like to touch upon. EKL will be a part of the KBT R&D ecosystem as an overall KBT R&D ecosystem. And here we will provide design and testing services as phase 1 to EKL global locations in the different area. So that's all of the presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashwani Malik. Moving forward, I will request Mr. Ankur Dev, Chief Executive, Railway Equipment Division, to take us forward on the vision for the RED business.
Thank you, Pratik sir. Good morning, everyone. So I will be covering the vision and MTBP for the railway business of Escorts Kubota Limited. So first, about the Indian railway industry. So as of now, we have almost 1,23,000 kilometers of track in India. And if we see on a daily basis, almost 3 metric ton of freight is carried and almost 23 million travelers which use the Indian railways. So it's a huge number which is getting used. And I would like to mention that India is the number 4 in terms of railway overall industry. Already we are number 4, and it is expected that within next 30 years, India would become and come in top 3. If we talk about the forecast for next 30 years, so we can say that in terms of freight, we are expecting that the overall demand will be almost 3 times, and in terms of passenger travel, it will be almost double. In addition to this, the railway is having almost 25 to 30% of proportion in freight carrying, which Indian Railways is now targeting to double over the next 30 years. So from 20% share, 20-25% share to almost 50% share. So that means in terms of freight, the overall industry will be almost 6 times in next 30 years. To do this, there is a lot of focus on upgrading the overall infrastructure. And with this, they have already working on getting and funding, and they have already got almost USD 245 million loans from World Bank. In addition to this expansion of infrastructure, they are working on multiple other initiatives, which includes the launch of Railway Innovation Policy. In this, like other sectors, there will be a lot of focus on pushing the startups, which can bring the new technology, so that we can increase in terms of quality, in terms of reliability, and also reduce the costs. Other than this, the Indian Railways has launched a competitive logistics policy. The purpose of the policy is to bring down the overall cost of carrying freight. They are also focusing on adoption of 5G. It will help us bringing down whatever issues or whatever maintenance is done on a later stage. So it will be the maintenance, monitoring of trains, infrastructure, all that will be done on a proactive mode. So currently, the overall fleet size which Indian Railway is having is almost 75,000 passenger coaches, almost 3 lakh freight wagons, and 12,000 locos. So this is the overall infrastructure and the forecast which we have for Indian Railways for next 30 years. If we convert this in terms of amount, so in next, if we see that in next 30 years, the total investment which will happen in Indian Railways will be almost 40 lakhs crores. It's a huge money, and the major investment will be in the track, followed by the rolling stock. So rolling stock will see an investment of almost 13 lakh crores in next 30 years. Coming to the railway business, what we do in Escorts Kubota Limited. So we supply components for almost all kind of rolling stocks in India. So with the increase in rolling stock, we can expect a good momentum in our component business. To do this, we are focusing on few enablers. One is that our existing strength, where we are working on from last 60 years. And other than that, we are expanding our market. We are focusing on now all kind of rolling stock. So as you might have heard, the Indian government is now focusing on Vande Bharat, which is train 18, which is also called the semi-high speed train, where the increase in speed will be from 120 km per hour to almost 160 to 180 km per hour. So we are focusing on that. We are focusing on metro rolling stock as well as exports. Other than this, we are also working on inorganic growth through technology partnerships, bringing the world technology to India. We are also working on product diversification. I will be covering the details in the next slides, how we are diversifying from current product portfolio. Other than that, we are also working on how do we increase our business from the existing customers in the existing product portfolio. So basically, we are doing the operational excellence and trying to increase our business. In terms of global presence, so we are supplying our product in almost all 4 continents, and the we almost supply all kind of product, but the major products which we supply is brake systems, dampers, and brake blocks. So this is our product induction journey of last 60 years. And this is the major backbone of our growth in railway business. So we started in 1962 with two type of brake systems, one for the ICF conventional coaches, and other one is for the EMU. Over the next few years, we developed and entered into two product families, which one is couplers, another one is dampers. And between 2010 to 2015, we have developed the brake systems for LHV coaches, all kind of trains which we generally use as of now. And then the bogie mounted brake systems for freight wagons, and the newer version of couplers, which is AARH couplers. And if I talk about the last 6-7 years, we have focused a lot and we have developed a lot of products across rolling stock. So we have entered into the metro. We have developed the latest version of couplers, which gives better comfort to the passengers. Recently, we have developed the microprocessor controlled brake system. This is basically the computer controlled brake system for the locos, and we are the only Indian company to supply this product. In addition to that, we have added the air spring, which is another secondary suspension for the dampers. We have increased our portfolio from brake block to different kind of brake pads. We have introduced brake discs, and in terms of increasing the safety, we have introduced the failure control mechanism, which is called FIBA. So this is how we have developed and increased our product portfolio in last 60 years. Coming to the revenue growth trend, which we have witnessed in previous years. So if I see from last 6-7 years, we have been growing with a CAGR of 20% plus. And in last year, in financial year 22, we registered a growth of 33% in our top line. And in terms of order pad, I would like to mention that in last 6 months, our order pad has increased to almost 900 crore, which is almost double from March 22 numbers. All this is happening through 5-6 major drivers, which we are taking and doing. One is that we are now focusing on other customers other than Indian Railways, which is private wagon builders and export. We are also focusing on the faster commercialization of our products. So in Indian Railways, it takes time. Once you develop a product, because these are safety products, it goes into the field trial. So that we are enhancing and speeding up. We have also worked on institutionalizing our bid process, because Indian Railway business happens through tenders and e-bidding. So we have institutionalized our processes, and we have ensured that we increase our revenue from Indian Railways also. To cater to this demand, we have focused on increasing our capacity for both vendors as well as in-house. And we must, as we have seen, there is a lot of inflation pressure. So we are working a lot on material cost reduction, which includes alternate sourcing, optimizing our SOP across vendors. I would also like to mention that as of now, the whatever order pad we have, this is the highest ever order pad we have in the history of Indian Railways, railway business. I would like to mention this IRIS certificate. You may not be aware, this is one of the certificate which is recognized globally and very important if we want to export our products. So this is given by international agencies, and this is very important that if you want to do a major technology collaboration, if you want to increase your export, so this certificate is a testimony of your processes, of your quality systems. So recently, we have upgraded our status from bronze to silver, and we are aspiring to become the gold certificate member in the coming years, which is the highest level for this certificate. In terms of products diversification, as I mentioned in my earlier slide, so right now we are operating in 4 kind of product family. One is brake systems, couplers, suspension systems, friction and other products. And over the next few years, we are targeting to expand this product family and include HVAC, doors, electric panels, and vacuum evacuation system in our product portfolio. These are the growth aspirations we have for the railway business. So we are targeting to grow our top line by almost 3 times in next 6 years. So it will come through 4 kind of levers. One is the current products. Current product we are expanding majorly through increase in our export. Then we have lot of products under field trial that we are targeting to commercialize in next 1 to 2 years. As I mentioned, we are developing products for semi-high speed trains, metros, and 4 kind of new product family we are entering into. So through this, we are targeting that we will be able to increase our revenue by almost 3 times in next 5 to 6 years. Other than this, we are focusing a lot on localization of whatever components we are importing as of now. With this, I would like to conclude and thank you very much.
Thank you, Ankur. Moving forward, I will invite Mr. Amit Singhal to take us on the people and culture, the main lever for all to achieve our MTBP aspirations. Over to you, Amit.
Yeah, thank you very much, Pratik. Very warm good afternoon and konnichiwa to all the colleagues joining virtually from Japan. My name is Amit, and I will be talking on behalf of the people function that how we are looking as a part of our MTBP plan for the next 5 to 6 years. So the first part is that for sure we are looking at the future with a lot of optimism and confidence. As was shared in the earlier slides, that going through a reform, perform, and in the transformation stage, this future has immense opportunities. And we are looking at it across our ecosystem. So while usually the people function talks about the employees within the organization, but it is actually also looking at our channel partners, our dealer sales executives, where actually that moment of truth is getting created. A tractor is being sold to a farmer. How do you create that excellent experience, and how can our people who are working with those dealerships be supported by our sales team? Similarly, in terms of the customer first, the growth mindset, and finally, keeping with our overall corporate culture theme of on your side. So on your side of the employees, the dealer partners, our customers, and our community. Now with this, we will be creating a compelling employee value proposition. And we will be seeing that how the erstwhile Escorts and the partnership with Kubota becoming EKL can create an environment where we empower all our people. We empower them to be bold, to take risks. While doing that, ensure that they are fair, transparent, and accountable. As I can see in this room also, there's a lot of youth and a lot of female colleagues joining. So talking about it, creating an environment where we have more females, more youth, and getting them into leadership roles faster. As in this conference, in this meeting which is happening, few of us are here and some are joining digitally. So the digitalization part, everything is getting digitalized. So creating those opportunities to learn and innovate, learning anytime, anywhere, on the go. The mindset which we are talking about, the growth mindset and the customer first approach has to come in each and every employee within the organization. And when I say each and every employee, it's the person who's actually on the assembly line, who's making those tractors, the sales executive who's in the field, visiting those dealerships. I'm talking about those people beyond the boardroom or the meeting presentations, that customer first. And internally, how the senior leadership is ensuring that this customer-first mindset starts from the top. And finally, all this converging into building the employer brand, where we are talking about that people would love to be a part of, creating that strong internal advocacy and external recognition. How we will do this? We have kept it pretty simple. In terms of when we talk about a strategy or a plan, we need the right structure to support that strategy. And in terms of the organization structure, we already have actually for the last couple of months, a lot of cross-learning happening with colleagues from KBT Japan, as we saw in today's presentations as well, and ensuring that there is much faster communication and decision-making for the person who's working on the shop floor or who's working in the field, keeping again in view the customer-first approach. All the people policies, so benchmarked within the industry and within our context as we progress and evolve. And as we are looking at it, building the right capabilities which will serve us today and for the future growth of the organization. And all this converging into making Escorts Kubota Limited an organization which is a place where people love to be a part of. So all this converging into a great place to work. So that's from our side. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Amit. Moving forward, now I will request Mr. Bharat Madan to take us on the mid-term business plan aspirations.
Thank you, Amit-san. So ladies and gentlemen, I talked in the beginning of my presentation on the first two phases till 2022, namely reform and perform. And you all heard from other management team members on the next transform phase for our company, which essentially involves expanding our core business, bringing more innovative products, focus on providing complete mechanization solutions, be a strategic sourcing hub for Kubota Group, and focus on sustainability, society, and a very strong corporate governance. As we showcased way back in February 2018, we have set a new aspirations for FY28 for ourselves, which are there on the screen before you. So just to clarify, in FY22 numbers, when you look at the screen, so this is not just EKL alone, Escorts Kubota numbers. So this also includes the other two entities, which are not yet merged, but we considered the financials of both these entities for the purpose of setting this aspiration, because they will be part of us in this next 5 years. So the revenue which was there from all three companies put together. So as you know, EK is essentially the manufacturing JV, which actually acts as a captive supplier to KAI and also does some work for Escorts in terms of the tractor manufacturing. So they don't have much revenue for the external purposes. So most of the revenue gets cancelled out in the consolidation process. But they do have some exports to the Kubota Group companies for the component. So the FY22 revenue is about 9,000 crores, and our aspiration for FY28 is to grow it more than 2.5 times from this level. So this is a similar goal what we set for ourselves 5 years ago. So we'll have the similar aspiration this time too, but with a much larger base than what we had 5 years ago. Now, how this will come from? Obviously, you've seen the business plans for all three businesses. So agribusiness has given an aspiration to grow, which is 2.5 times, it's more or less similar. So that means agri will still remain the largest business for us in the whole portfolio. The construction business has given an aspiration of growing more than 2 times. And the railway business, as you heard from Angusan, will grow more than 3 times. So overall, at a company level, we're looking at more than 2.5 times of growth on the revenue front. Exports, which constitute a very important parameter for us, and we also were looking at it as a part of de-risking from the local environment. So far constituted only about 6.8% of the total revenue in FY22. And this I'm talking about all three entities put together. For FY28, we set up an aspiration that this should be in the range of 15 to 20%. Now, this is not what we really wanted, because our long-term aspiration is to be much higher. Our board has been demanding and been asking us to really take it to a one-third level. At least one-third revenue should actually come from export. But I'm sure in the journey which is there, going ahead, we'll actually reach there. So for this 5 years term, from FY24 to FY28, we set our aspiration in the range of 15 to 20%. Now this will include finished goods exports, whether it's tractors, equipment, or the component export which we want to do. On the EBITDA margins levels, at a combined entity level in FY22, we were at about 10.8%. So as we mentioned, since the other two JVs still are not really in a very healthy margin positions. So once we merge these JVs, obviously there will be some bit of dilution initially which will happen, which will be about roughly 2% in the EBITDA level. But we are reaching there. So idea is once we integrate, a lot of cost saving will happen. There are many opportunities where the overlaps exist today. And once you merge, all those overlaps will be taken care of and get addressed. So that will actually help in improving margin. But end of the day, since they are in the same business as we are, so the margin should reflect the similar level, but we have been seeing in EKL. So in the FY28 aspiration, we are looking at a mid-teen sort of level. Now, we're not giving any exact number, but it can be anywhere in between. The focus this time is more on the growth, which you see from the revenue perspective on a much higher base. But at the same time, maintaining it with a profitable growth. The return on capital employed, which in FY22 stands at about 17%. Like I mentioned, this also includes the money which we have on the balance sheet. And as you know, we have about 5,000 crores of liquidity on the balance sheet, and that does not generate this sort of return. And we do realize that, and because the treasury returns can't be more than 5-6% even in this environment. But obviously, going forward, since we have plans for using that money for the business purpose, we feel we'll be able to generate the kind of return which we have indicated here in FY28, which will be in the range of 25 to 30%, which is a pre-tax return. On the return on equity front, we expect we should be more than 18%. So we are roughly about 13% in FY22 at a combined level. And by FY28, this will be more than 18%. And obviously in this position, we don't assume there will be any debt. The company remains a debt-free company even today. At a consolidated level, also we intend to maintain that position going forward. So while many of you have been asking us about how we intend to utilize liquidity on our balance sheet and the surplus that will get generated over the years, we have set certain guidelines towards capital allocation principles under this midterm business plan, as you can see on the screen. Now, since India is evolving as a next startup hub, and we need to not only protect our present, but also secure our future, and we are also aiming for introducing innovative products, we intend to earmark up to 5% of our net profit towards R&D and innovation. Now, when I'm talking about this 5%, it's not about the normal R&D which we do, because that will be part of our capex plan, which in any case will get entered into the new product introduction. So this is more in terms of looking at the new startups which are coming up, or the new innovation, which will look really at the future, where the investment is something earmarked. And today, since looking at the liquidity, so the amount is not really a limitation as of now. If the opportunity comes, definitely we can look at, even going beyond that. The current business plan proposes a capex of around 3,500 to 4,000 crores. Now, obviously, when looking at the figure, there is a certain normal level of capex which we incur every year. So far, we've been doing in EKL standalone about 200, 250 sort of crores of capex. But we were actually intending to do much higher going forward, even on a standalone basis. So we are actually targeting this year, like we had indicated, about 300 crores of capex, and next year it probably will go further. So in the normal capex plan would have been there in that range, and then there is another greenfield facility which is getting set up, which is also part of the plan. So this capex includes everything. Obviously, we are assuming the inflation doesn't really play a, really spoil the whole numbers. The kind of inflation we've seen in the last 6-7 quarters, so that number shouldn't happen again. So we're assuming it will be this status quo sort of scenario from the current level. So the capex will be in this range. And this will be essentially utilized for setting up a greenfield facility, expanding our vendor capabilities, because they also need to increase the capacities if they need to cope up with this sort of volumes, and for introduction of new products, innovation, and technology. So as I mentioned, we'll intend to continue to be debt-free even after the merger. And since the merged entity today have some debt on the balance sheet, especially EKI, which is the manufacturing entity, since they are still in the phase of setting up their plant and introducing more models. So every year they are incurring certain capex. We started that entity with initial capex, initial capital of about 300 crores. But over the years, since the company was not really breaking even with the low capacity utilization, and it's only about 2 years since the company has actually come into play. So that's why they have certain debt on the balance sheet. And KI has a seasonal requirement, but this industry, in fact, is a seasonal industry. So you have seasonal requirement for working capital. So that will also be there. So depending on the timing when we actually merge, so we expect there will be some sort of debt which will be there on the balance sheet, maybe in the range of somewhere around 400 to 500 crores, which can be there by the time the merger gets completed. So this will get repaid out of this liquidity which will be there. And there will be certain inorganic opportunities which company intends to keep looking at. So this is one thing which will be there for the core areas, where we intend to work into. So nothing into the non-core areas. So no distraction from the current businesses, which we are proposing over here. Our current approved dividend policy provides for the distribution by way of dividend plus buyback of up to 20% of net profits. While Kubota Corporation has a policy of up to 40% of net profit, and they are aspiring for 50% in their FY25 plan, which they made public before the investors. We also intend to align with Kubota policy and will gradually improve our payout ratio comprising dividend distribution plus buyback up to 40% of net profit by FY28. So when I'm saying we'll reach there, it doesn't mean we'll reach tomorrow. It will not happen overnight. Since initially there are plans to do capex and the initial investment will be high and cash generation will happen over the period of time. So this will happen gradually. But for FY28, this is the aspiration what the company has set for ourselves. So as I conclude, I would like to deeply thank you and all our stakeholders for continuously encouraging us, guiding us, supporting us, and motivating us to aspire for more and look forward to the similar support in future too. Now I will request Prateek Sir, you can open the floor for Q&A, and we'll give maybe roughly 5 to 10 minutes of break so you can actually put down your questions before we set up the stage for the Q&A session. Thank you very much.